Okay, so now we're gonna learn how do I do reflections, and then we're gonna notice some differences for these coordinates as well. So I need to reflect over the y-axis, and so the first thing I'm doing is reflecting. The second thing I'm doing is record the coordinates. So this is x first and then y, and this is my pre-image. So here is where I'm going to put the coordinates for the image. So I'm reflecting across the y-axis, so add your arrows. This is x, this is y. I'm reflecting across y. So my shape is starting here in quadrant 2. I'm going to reflect it across this line, so it needs to end up here in quadrant 1. Okay, it's moving from the left to the right. It's going over the y-axis. So here's how you do it. You take each point, you count how far away it is from the y-axis. So point C is 1 space away. So I go 1 space the other direction, and that's where I put C prime. For point B, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces from the y-axis. So I go 5 spaces in the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For A, it's 1, 2, 3 spaces from the y-axis. So I go 1, 2, 3 spaces the other direction. I don't have a straight edge, so I'm going to do my best. In Pear Deck, use the line function. So here is my image. And now, what are my ordered pairs? So for A, it's x first. So A is at 3, 5. Point B is at 5, 1. And point C is at 1, 2. So when I reflected over the y-axis, my x values became the opposite. And which is the opposite from our think about it. When we reflected over x, our y's became the opposite. So let's see, x value, opposite, and y value is the same. So here's what we have figured out from the think about it and this example. When you reflect over the x-axis, your y value changes, and when you reflect over the y-axis, your x value changes. So on the next slide, you're going to see the conjecture. Make sure you write that down into your notes so that you understand the big idea for this lesson. So the only way to get good at this is to practice. So we have a lot of practice problems for this lesson. You're going to practice reflecting figures over the x-axis or the y-axis, and then also we really need to keep practicing writing our coordinate pairs. So x and y, make sure you're putting it in parentheses to get good practice in. So yeah, try out the next one, check your answer, and get through as many of these as you can.